Om Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadaatatam Bhuvigrunanti te Puridajana. Namaste. So, in last class, you have discussed Sri Ramakrishna is telling Brahman and Divine Mother are identical. So, according to Vedanta also, we see Maya and Brahman both are same. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is addressing to Vidyasagar. The activities that you are engaged in are good. It is very good if you can perform them in a selfless spirit. Renouncing egotism, giving up the idea that you are the doer. Through such action, one develops love and devotion to God and ultimately realizes Him. Here, Sri Ramakrishna is not discouraging any karma, any activities, but activity, how it should be done. So, it should be with God consciousness. With that attitude, if you perform action, that will be good. So now let us discuss what Vedanta says. So Sri Ramakrishna, whatever he speaks, based on the authority of Vedas only, I feel. Here, in Brihadaranyaka one shloka is there. Tametam vedanvachanena brahmana vividishanti yajnena danena tapasa anashikena etame viditva munirбhavati. Tametam vedanvachanena brahmana vidishanti yajnena danena tapasa anashikena etameva viditva munirбhavati. That is the shloka from Brihadaranyaka. So, what actually Vedanu Vachanena, what Veda says, so general conception about Purva Mimamsakas, those who believe in only in karma. Karma means, according to Vedic Sampradaya, karma means Yajna, Yagas, Ashwamedaga, Agnihotra, all those things. That is comes under Karma Kanda. According to them, karma only as Yavat Jive Agnihotran Juhat. This is a statement by Purva Mimamsakas. Yavat Jivet Agnihotran Juhat. That means as long as you live, you have to perform Agnihotra. That was their idea. So that is what it was great challenge. First what Shankaracharya, Adi Shankaracharya, first he defeated these people. They were only believing, do perform Agnihotra every day and go to heaven. That was their idea. So, is go on, you do karma, go into heaven. After finishing yajna, you come back and again strive for going to heaven. So, according to them, moksha is there. According to Purva Mimamsa, moksha means what? Going to heaven is the moksha. But Shankara, he refuted. This is not what Veda says. So that was the big drawback of this karma kanda is why this Buddhism came. That was the reason. So these people, they completely ignored all the jnana part of Vedas. That is only what according to them, there are so many statements. What is in Vedas? Jnana is the ultimate. But what their explanation of Vedas about jnana, just to encourage. That was their argument by the Purva Mimamsakas. What is their argument? Because 80% of Vedas talks about only karma. Do this karma, you will get this benefit. Do that karma, you will get this desire. You will be fulfilled by this desire. See, then what Shankaracharya's argument? Yes, 80% of those things are karma, talks about karma, because 80% of the people are only, they think about only material things only. Who will try for moksha? Who will try for jnana? Everybody wants to enjoy because you are identifying this body and mind. That is the reason. Okay, all right. So, see, Vedas, Rishis, they know very well. Most of the people, they are not ready, they are not fit enough to gain that knowledge. For that reason, okay, most of the people, they are going toward our senses are always, it is outgoing. So, okay, let them do whatever they let them satisfy the desire, but let them follow dharma. Based on dharma, all the desires you can be fulfilled based on Vedika. That is the thing. But here clearly says, Veda, what actually in the statement of Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Vedanu. So what actually Veda says, everyone must try to know Brahma Vidya. It is the meaning. How? Yajnena. See, whatever you perform yajna, does not mean that only fulfill your desire. There is yajna means doesn't mean only Agnihotra. Yajna is different types of yajna. Panch yajnas are there. Panch yajna you know very well. Nru yajna, Bhota yajna, Pitru yajna, all those things are there. So all those things are discussed in Vedas. So those who are able to do Agni, nowadays nobody is doing Agnihotra. Who is there? Very, only 0.5% may be there, Agnihotra. I heard only in one place, in Karnataka, there in Uttar Karnataka district, there in Havyaks are the Havyaks. They still know, even now also they perform Agnihotra. Most of them is completely obsolete. Nobody is practicing this Agnihotra and all. But here, Yajnana Dhanena Tapasa. So through yajna, dana and tapasa, this Brahmana, here Brahmana does not mean that a caste. But you have to understand, wherever that in Vedic literature, wherever the Upanishad, Brahmana when it says, you have to understand one who is striving for to attain Brahma Jnana. He is considered as Brahmana. So you should not be taken as with a particular caste, Varna. It is not talking about Varna. These Upanishads, they talk about only who are seeking for Brahma Jnana is considered as Brahmana. That is what here clearly it says. Even Shankara also says, Bhashya also clearly it is said. So because many people cannot perform Agnihotra. All is not performing Agnihotra. Who is performing? So what should be the Agni? So for that, Vedika, what Upanishad says, those who are able to perform, Agni is considered as Brahman and Agnihotra. And those who cannot perform Agnihotra, they should worship animals, Jataragni. You have to worship Jataragni of animals. That means you something do dhana. Agnihotra, Jataragni means what? Giving annadana. Such type of things. Who are in need of something, you give them. That is also considered yajna. And another thing, the Veda Upanishad says, not only that, and how it should be performed, the action. You should not give a person who is able to earn money, lazy fellows, you should not do that. The best way of service, making dana, what type of dana? One who receives the dana, for that he should stand on his own feet. He should be able to earn his own food. That is the best, that type of jnana we give, jnana yajna, that is called jnana yajna. Through that also, whoever performs that activity, that karma, through that his mind will come pure. Mind will become pure and the chitta shuddhi will happen. Through chitta shuddhi, what will happen? He develops, he will get jnana. That is what Sri Ramakrishna is telling here. You see, what beautifully, what Veda is saying, he clearly says, the activities that you are engaged in are good. It is very good. If you can perform them in a selfless spirit, renouncing egotism, giving up the idea, that you are the doer. Through such action, that means through giving up all ego, giving up all selfishness, what will happen? Chitta Shuddhi will happen. You will get Chitta Shuddhi, mind will become pure. Once the mind becomes pure, what will happen? Without your knowledge, that love for God will develop. Love for love and jnana, both are same. Here, Sri Ramakrishna, in his simple, common man, with bhaktas, he is addressing to the devotees. So, if jnani, suppose Shankara says, he will tell you will develop jnana. But for common man, this common man cannot understand what is jnana. So, common man, what type of jnana? Jnana means, what we understand jnana means, something, I don't know, that's jnana. So, there is a clock. What is this? New person comes, what is this? It is a clock. Through that I get understand. That we think that jnana means something we get knowledge through object. That is not jnana. What Veda Upanishad says, that is not jnana. That is only your knowledge about that particular object. Here jnana means knowing yourself. So that common man, how will understand what knowing myself, what is that? Very difficult. So for that, for common man, what will happen? So for them, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, devotion will come. What is devotion? See, we give up all the ego. When there is no ego, what remains? Then he sees only same God in everywhere. When he sees God in every human being, every being, that itself is jnana. That itself is jnana. Because he established himself, he sees his own self there. The same thing here it is telling, what it is telling in the Upanishad, Vedan vachanena brahmana vividashanti yajnena dhanena tapasa, or through tapas. So, nowadays people very difficult for them to do tapas. Going to Himalaya, how many of us will do tapas? So better, dhan whatever you do, everything offer at the feet of Lord. So for that, suppose see, everybody cannot do dana. Person those who have got something, they can give. The dana does not mean that only giving money, only giving annadana, only giving food. Whatever you know, that itself you give it. You teach us. You are a teacher. You at least some few poor people, poor students, you teach them. That itself become karma. That is also yajna only. So even that is also not possible. You suppose those are, they stay in the house itself, housewives, they cannot go outside because they are engaged in house itself. No problem. What Sri Ramakrishna says and what Veda says, morning to evening, whatever you do, daily before you sleep, just offer at the feet of the Lord. That is why Veda says, our Shastra says, 3 types of yajnas. One yajna is Agnihotra. Second type of Agnihotra is, second type is Jataragni, that Annadana. Jataragni worship, Upasana to Jataragni means giving food. Third is Madhava Seva. Madhava Seva means offering whatever you perform, all the activities, offer at the feet of the Lord. If anybody, without fail, whatever you do, whether good or whatever, unknowingly we may do some good, some bad thing, it may hurt someone. While doing work, while working, during our day-to-day life, day-to-day activities, some may get benefited, some may not get benefited, they will be hurt also. So what we have to do? Unknowingly, you are not intentionally, you are not done. Intentionally if you do, that is papa. Intentionally if you do. If you intentionally, see, with unknowingly, it happens. Even we sadhus, intentionally we don't, sometimes we may hurt somebody. But what we have to do? So whole day when you finish all your work, before you sleep, just close your eyes. Oh Lord, whatever I have done, I am offering at the feet and at your feet. Without fail, whether you meditate or not, whether you do puja regularly or not, start with the permission of God, You start your work, morning get up and take bath and then to pray, Lord, in your name I am doing all this work. Today I am going for work, so taking your name, so please guide me. See that I should not do any mistake. With that you start. And after coming back your whole day work, then go, before you sleep, go to your room, close your eyes and mentally offer all your activities and all the karma palas at the feet of the Lord. Good or bad, everything you take care of. If you without fail, not a single day, if you do it, slowly you will find result. You will have so much of joy within you. Definitely, it is true. I am not telling any, just making you only, I am not fooling you. It is absolutely true. If you can do without fail, every day, at the feet of God, what will happen? Slowly, when go on offering everything, then whatever comes, whatever you perform, whether good or bad, it will not affect you first. First thing, what is the first benefit of that? Whatever happens in your life, any good or bad, and the result of that, it will not affect you. First benefit. Second benefit, what will happen? You slowly will get detached. You will develop the detachment. Not only detachment for that particular thing, and you will develop that detachment even for anything. And slowly what happens, your mind will become so serene, and then my whole mind will become so calmness will come. Then you will forget, everything, you will not understand the relativity of this whole world. Everything is important. Why should I worry? Anything comes, whatever happens in your life, even in family problem, everything, these things are nothing for you. It's just like person is very much sensitive, even small thorn will hurt very much. But person is everything offered, then even big problem, even big sword also, it will just like a pricking, like a small thorn. It will happen like this. So this is how the mind gets purified. That is what here it is telling. Veda is telling. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Same thing, see. There is no difference between what Veda says, Upanishad is telling, and Sri Ramakrishna is telling. Mind becomes so pure. Then slowly, when mind becomes pure, then you will know without your knowledge, without your effort, without your special effort. Actually, jnana, how it comes? Jnana or devotion without effort. See, when you suppose I want to know something, I don't know some French language. So effort is required. Special effort is required to learn particular language. I want to know about something about this mic. My special effort is required. All the external objects, no external object, your special effort is required. But here, jnana, it is not like that. There is no special effort is required. Once the mind becomes pure, by itself, it will shine. Devotion by itself will come. You need not say, I have devotion. That devotion, it cannot be explained. See, suppose you want to love something, where from is there any special effort to love something? By itself comes. By itself comes. Like this, knowing yourself, that itself it will shine. By itself. That is what it is there. What viditva, etame viditva manirbhavati. Manirbhavati. So he establishes himself. The Sri Ramakrishna is telling to Vidyasagar, same thing. Through such action, complete renouncing egotism, giving up the idea that you are the doer. Through such action, one develops love and devotion to God. It develops. It will not come like you will not acquire. Jnana, so you are not acquiring knowledge. Now, acquiring knowledge of object is okay. But here, jnana, it evolves, it comes out. That way, education is the Swami, what Swamiji told about definition about education. Education is the manifestation of perfection which is already in man. That is what, same thing Sri Ramakrishna is telling here. Next, the more you come to love God, the less you will be inclined to perform action. So once the love develops, what happens? Automatically you need not, through your own effort, you need not give up all the works. Not necessary to give up all the duties. By itself it will drop. See, when Sri Ramakrishna, after attaining all, doing sadhana, after so many years doing sadhana, all types of sadhana, see, he had as a son, he has to perform certain rites, no? See, he want to give tarpana. He goes to Ganga and see, he took water does not stand at all. He was not unable to hold water. Then he feels, oh, what is happening? What happened is, I am not able to perform this karma, this Shraddha karma. Then he goes to mother and prays, Mom, what happened? I am not able to perform this. Then Divine Mother says, no, why do you worry about that? All the karmas are dropped by itself. You need not worry, you need not perform all those karmas. Why? Because he has attained what is necessary, what is to be gained, that already attained. You need not perform at all. And then what he has attained, what Brahmajnani got, what God realization, by getting that God realization itself, all his purvikas, that's ancestors, they all got liberated already. That's why they say, Vidyaranya in Panchadashi says, Kulam pavitram janani kritartaha. One who takes up sannyasa. Sannyasa does not mean only putting kashaya vastra. One sannyasa here means one who renounces for the sake of jnana, for the sake of brahmajnana, for the sake of God. Kulam pavitram janani kritartaha. The kulam in which he was born, that whole kula, whole his family will be liberated. And janani kritartaha, then the mother will be, who gave his birth, she will be blessed. So Vidyaranya says, one who takes sannyasa, when he gets knowledge, his 7 generations and 7 generations coming, all those people will get liberated, they say. When a person like Sri Ramakrishna, who has taken birth in that family, so what is he need to perform these all karmas, all Shraddha karmas? Not at all necessary. By itself will drop. That is Sri Ramakrishna is telling, the more you come to love God, the less you will be inclined to perform action. Not intentionally, that automatically drops. Sri Ramakrishna is giving beautiful example. When a daughter-in-law is with child, her mother-in-law gives her less work to do. So, as time goes by, she is given less and less work. In the time of delivery years, she is not allowed to do any work at all, lest it should hurt the child or cause difficulty at the time of birth. So in those days, now I don't know what is the situation. It is Sri Ramakrishna's time, they used to take care of their daughter-in-laws like that. But now the situation, I don't know what is it. But Sri Ramakrishna is talking about situation at that time. How they are taking care of their daughter-in-law, how the daughter-in-laws are taking care of mother-in-law, we don't know now. But here, during Sri Ramakrishna's time, what is going on, what he was telling. That example is giving. So when you love more and more, your love develops towards God, automatically the inclination for work will reduce. By these philanthropic activities, you are really doing good to yourself. If you can do them disinterestedly, your mind will become pure and you will develop love of God. As soon as you have that love, you will realize Him. See, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, you see, actually this karma yoga is very difficult to understand. You may think, oh, karma is best, everything. But it's not so easy. We think karma yoga, actually in karma yoga, how that renunciation in karma yoga is how much necessary, no? I want to do something good to that itself should be given up. See, karma should be done going good to the society. How it should be? It should be just like instinctive, not intentional. You start with intention. Good. It is good to do good to others. That intention is good. We start with that. But by doing good to itself will not give jnana, will not give moksha. It's very difficult. But actually, because that's why Sri Ramakrishna very much particular whenever the about Karma Yoga, what is a Shivajnani Jiva Seva, I said. See, all these philanthropies, all this social NGO, non-government, all this he never encouraged. Sri Ramakrishna is not for he has not come for that. That way, Ramakrishna mission is not for doing some social organization. Here, this is our sadhana, part of our sadhana. Doing, yes, you have to do in your society, you are living in society, in particular any country, wherever you stay, you have to follow the constitution of that land, law of the land, and do that, you do some service to the people, to society, that is okay. But that is also with Shivajnana only. Without the Shivajnana, that karma, that is not karma yoga, that is only karma only. No other way to only survival case, that's all. Ordinary person survives, do karma, do for job, to get salary. We do karma to get to survival. That's all. That is the only difference. If you do service with some, I have to do something, you have to develop this society, make this society perfect. It is foolishness. World is not be perfect. So Lord has created, Bhagavan is created this world very perfectly imperfect world. Yes, create this universe perfectly imperfected world. Imperfect world. You have to understand this. That Sri Ramakrishna is telling, by these philanthropic activities, you are really doing good to yourself. That is the knowledge. See, Sri Ramakrishna what is telling? Shivajnana Jiva Seva, you are doing yourself. Why? How, if I do something to person, why this doing myself? How it is? How to understand this? There is, for this, better you can understand, a small story is there. There was a man, he was having pet dog. See, generally most of the people nowadays, more than their parents, they take care of their dogs very well. So, one person has got pet dog. He is so much love for that dog. So, every day he used to feed everything. But the dog was allowed to go everywhere except his drawing room, his personal room. So the dog was not allowed. Everywhere it used to move. But generally in the house, those are owner of the dogs, they allow their bedroom, they take them. But here he was not allowing the dog to come to his personal room. So one day what happened? Suddenly he received a phone call. Somebody is very serious. He was forced to attend to that. And then, so generally, before he was leaving, he used to lock that room. But on that day, because of urgency, he left that room open and then went away. By the time he reached half of the way, he realized, hey, what happened? I have done great mistake. By the time I return, the dog will die, he said. Then what happened? He went there and finished all the particular place, attended the where he wanted to, and after returning, he saw that really that dog did die. It died, full of blood. What happened? Then why? Then what is the reason? What must be the reason? Then that dog thought, why this my owner, my master? See, I don't have any, every day is getting food. I don't really require to go to kitchen. It was not going to kitchen. He is not allowing to kitchen, not necessary. And then the dog was thinking. So all other places he allowed, everywhere other rooms. But why my master is not allowing his personal room? Generally, most of the masters are allowing their dogs to enter. Then he saw. Then that day it was open. Then it entered. Afterwards it died. What happened? Then they asked, why? You said, by the time I return, the dog will die. Why you return? Because in that room, the whole room was filled with mirrors. Filled with mirrors. So the dog saw so many hundreds of dogs. So barking, jumping, and finally it died. The lesson of this story is, if dog had known that how to shake hand, so all the 100 dogs would shook its hand. If dog knows that how to smile, all the 100 dogs would have smiled back. Similarly, we all know, when you're doing service, if you know that my own self is in other person, if you know that, if you smile and you serve, and whatever you are serving, it will come back to you. Because your own self is reflecting. Just like one single dog reflecting in 100 mirrors. So all the single self is reflecting in a whole universe. That is why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, by these philanthropic activities, you are really doing good to yourself. Suppose if you beat someone, you slap someone, what will he will have to return back slap. Suppose if you love someone, he will return with love only. Because why? When you love somebody, again why they love? Because your own self, you expect, suppose you do some service to somebody, you expect you should be happy and you should acknowledge. You feel that you should acknowledge all my services. Why? Because you see your own self, unknowingly. You may not know. You may not know that it is myself, I am myself, own self is there in, you may not have that knowledge. But unknowingly it is actually, that is the reality. That is the reality. That way, Bhajans Upanishad, what Yajnavalkya says to Maitreyi, Atmanastha kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Oh Maitreyi, because of seeing one's own self, seeing one's own self in other person, that is why everybody is priya. Everybody is lovable because of that self only. If that self is not there, if a person is, you living, you give respect, all those things. Once that prana goes, the self is not there, it becomes water. When will this dispose this body? We'll think. Nobody will keep inside. Is anybody there to keep inside? No. Nobody keeps. It is something that is, they say that is sutaka. It is apavitra. It's impure. As long as jiva is there, this is pure. When jiva is not there, it's impure only. Why we are taking bath? Why every day we are taking bath? We know that this body is impure. Unknowingly, we may not know. So every day we have to take bath. Why? Because this is for dirty things. It has got value only because of that self. If that self is not there, it will be thrown out. Just like. So, but every day we take bath, brush, everything means this is the most dirtiest thing in this world. What is that? That is the human body. We are our body. Because of our karma, we have taken this birth again and again. We are again and again coming to this dirty things. So, you have to get out of these dirty things means you have to get knowledge. You are the self. So that is why Sri Ramakrishna is telling Vidyasagar, so by these philanthropic activities, you are really doing good to yourself. So all the philanthropy, whatever you do, don't think you are doing something. Don't think I'm helping so many people. That will make you more and more bondage. It will bring you, it will keep you in bondage. If you have that attitude, oh, I have built so many big hospitals, big anasatras, so many buildings. So nowadays, I don't know, in villages, the temples are there. In temples, tubelets are there, and tublet full name will be there. That light will not come at all. Who they paint such a way that, so and so donated this tubelight. And tubelight itself they paint. That light will not come. So their name is more prominent. So like that, it will not give you any moksha. So you have to give up that name and fame, and then have to do good to the world. That itself should be given up. So what the Brahmajnanis, well, those who are enlightened, they too also do perform service, because as go on doing good to the world, they've enlightened. They see everywhere same Paramatma. Whatever you do, see, Swamiji, see, just an example of Swamiji. Because he became one with the universe. For that reason, why he always feeling to do something? Because he sees his own self. When Swamiji was there in Belur, suddenly, when the night, at the dead of the night, suddenly got up around 2 o'clock. And Swami Vijnananji was there. Swamiji, what happened? Are you feeling uncomfortable inside? No. People, so much of chaos, so much of people suffering. The next day morning, they saw the big earthquake took place in Japan. Somewhere in Japan, so many people died. Swamiji, how Swamiji came to know? There was no, the Swamiji's time, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, nothing was there. No email. How he came to know? Just because he could feel that oneness of universe. And somebody's pain also, it will be pain for you also. Because one with the self. That way, their doing service to the world is instinctive. It becomes just, it is habit becomes. They don't have any intention, I have to do good to these people. Not like that. It happens like this. It happens. They don't expect, oh, you should be like this. Without intention, they do good to the world. That is the thing. That will come. That should be the, when we reach that level, that is actually karma yoga. That means all your karma become one. Yoga, it became yoga with that one self. That is actually karma yoga. So otherwise, till then, we are in the path of karma yoga, not actual karma yoga. That's why what Sri Krishna says, Karmanni vadikaraste ma paleshu kadachana. Why he is telling? All karma you give up. Even give up all the doing good or bad. All those, that idea itself, you remove it. Nimitta matra bhavasavyasachi. He said, oh, Savyasachi, oh Arjuna, be instrumental, that's all. Nimitta matram. Why he is telling like this? Because that is actually, that is what karma yoga. That means that complete identification, doing good or bad, that you remove from your mind. Do duty. What is given to you, you do perform your duty. Whether you, that's why, otherwise, how Sri Krishna can tell his friend Arjuna, kill your grandfather, kill your guru? Why is telling? That itself is that. Remove that idea. Where dharma should be established, that's all. What is dharma? Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya. That is the ultimate. These things are, so if adharma is there, then people will forget about their own self and forget about their goal of life. For that reason, these people should not be allowed to live. Should be removed and establish dharma. Otherwise, what will happen? If go on, these evil people increases, what happens? Then people will completely forget about the goal of life. Then whole world will become chaos. Nobody will be able to live. Then each will fight each other, and then just like cannibals, they become cannibals. That is why balance should be there. Of course, in this world, it is impossible. Even Lord Krishna, even Avatar comes also, they know that the world will not be perfect. Good and bad will be there. But always, good things should be upper hand. Bad things should not should not get upper hand. The good thing should have upper hand. That is the purpose of Avatar. They know, because you cannot make whoever comes, who go to outside and, hey, this world is unreal, leave up all this. Is it possible to tell them? So many people are moving in streets, moving. Why you all these things? World is permanent, impermanent. Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. Can I go and tell them? Not possible. Because he has taken birth because of so many karmas. He has to perform the karmas, he has to enjoy the karma of good karmas and bad karmas. Afterwards only he will come to understand that yes, this is not my life. This is not the goal of human life. First I have to realize God. That will come by itself. Nobody can force. That is why in Sanatana Dharma, in this Hinduism, you cannot force anybody. You should not force. Your idea should not be forced. So somehow Swamiji tried to force his ideas to Abheda and Sri Ramakrishna scolded him. You know very well. You know that story. One day Swamiji was, Sri Ramakrishna was in Kashipur garden. He was cancer, suffering from cancer. He was in room. Then Sri Ramakrishna was there. Then young boys, all disciples, direct disciples, they were put that fire, campfire, and then they were all meditating. And then on Kali Krishna Maharaj, that Abhedanandaji Swamiji asked, say, I will be meditating, that time you touch me. Then Swamiji went to deep samadhi. Then Abhedanandaji went and touched. And then as if a great electric shock like that happened. He lost his consciousness. Then they were sitting somewhere in the outside garden, and there Sri Ramakrishna, there itself he came to know. Then immediately called that Naren and called him and scolded him. So Sri Ramakrishna scolded, what you have done? He was following particular mood, you changed his mood. So premature birth, what will happen? It's very difficult. See, after that, he was devotee type, devotional type. And he was practicing particular path of sadhana. And after touching Swamiji's that spirit, because when he was in deep meditation, and the whole mind is changed. And then 3-4 days, then okay. Then Sri Ramakrishna said, by mother's grace, nothing happened. Otherwise, it would have been very dangerous. Sri Ramakrishna says. That is why, you see, what we can understand this incident, through this incident, see, you should not force your ideas to someone else. Let him grow in his own way. Any ideology, whether it's atheism or theism or any ideology, whatever you have. But one thing we can say to him, don't stop there. Don't stagnate there. You grow and more explore. Don't argue, mine only correct. That should be avoided. Whatever I follow, that is right. Whatever you follow, that is wrong. That is very bad. That way Sri Ramakrishna, see, if you take the life of Sri Ramakrishna, see, according to tendency, according to temperament of the disciples, he taught. But he taught Swamiji Pakka Advaita. Because before coming to Sri Ramakrishna, he was so much hatred towards Advaita, Swamiji. Because he was a member of Brahma Samaj. When he came to Sri Ramakrishna, he wanted, Sri Ramakrishna wanted Naren should learn thorough, should be thorough in Advaita. That is why when Swamiji wanted to remain Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he scolded. Why? He scolded. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not the highest. See, according to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, according to Yoga Shastra, their Akhandakar Vritti, that is why Nirvikalpa Samadhi is not acceptable by Advaita Vedantis. Yes, that time your mind is subsided, completely sublimated, but still Akhandakar Vritti is there. Vritti is there, that Dvaita is there, even there also. But Sri Ramakrishna, same thing he told, actually, in the sense, what Sri Ramakrishna told to Sri Swamiji, no, there is a higher than that state. Even higher than that miracle person, what is that? See God in everyone. Not that you have to start some NGO. He did not tell Sri Ramakrishna to Swamiji to start NGO. He did not tell that you start some organization. That is not a purpose. Starting organization to bring all temperament, all types of people. Different temperaments can come and they can do sadhana according to their taste, and finally they can reach the highest. That is the idea behind starting this Ramakrishna Math and mission. Sri Ramakrishna Swamiji's intention is not that, to do service, do some social service. That is not the idea. All the people, even from lowest of the lowest person, should come here and they get the services, and then through that service, he should be liberated from this samsara. That is the idea. Liberate from this samsara. God realization, that is the only goal of human life. So what Sri Ramakrishna, God realization is the highest. What is the goal of human life? God realization. What is the goal of our service? God realization. Atmana mokshartam jagatetayacha. That is the idea of this Ramakrishna Math mission. That same thing Sri Ramakrishna is telling, same idea he is telling to Vidyasagar. See, Vidyasagar is a great man, no doubt. He is a great philanthropist. And then that is Swami himself says, after my Gurudeva, Sri Ramakrishna, is there any person is the greatest in the society? That is Vidyasagar, Ishwar Vidyasagar. Swami himself acknowledged. That is a great man, he was a great man. Ishwar Vidyasagar. So to him, Sri Ramakrishna is telling, so by these philanthropy activities, you are really doing good to yourself. If you can do them disinterestedly. Disinterestedly means what? Not like that. Disinterested means not in that sense. Disinterested means detached mind. Your mind will become pure and you will develop love of God. As soon as you have that love, you will realize Him. So how all your activities, all your philanthropy works, how it will lead to the highest good. The same thing in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it is telling, Tametam vedan vachanena brahmana vidashanti yajnena dharena tapasa anashakena etame viditva munirbhavati. Upanishad also, all Vedas says, what Veda is telling, even though 80% of Veda talks about karma, but ultimately it is talking about Brahmajnana only. So how you will take you to all the Veda treatises, all Shastras, how it will take you to the highest Brahman? Through that slowly renouncing everything and offering at the feet of the Lord, it will take you, mind become pure, Chitta Shuddhi will happen, and finally you realize God. That is what Upanishad says. The same thing Sri Ramakrishna also here is telling. Man cannot really help the world. God alone does that. He who has created the sun and the moon, who has put love for their children in parents' hearts, who has endowed noble souls with compassion and holy men and devotees with divine love. The man who works for others without any selfish motive really does good to himself. So, without any selfish motive, whoever does good to others actually is doing himself. The Swamiji, same thing, don't know? They alone who live for others, less more dead than alive. Swamiji, same thing he told. Whatever Sri Ram, see, our whole training, he trained by Sri Ramakrishna. That way, when Swamiji started this institution, all these ideas he gave, and before establishing Ramakrishna mission, there was a big argument between direct disciples and then most especially Yoganandaji. Yesterday only we celebrated Yoganandaji Jayanti. Yoganandaji is good. Actually, it is not that they want direct disciples put question all these things to Swamiji. It is not. I don't say it is wrong. But what Swamiji has done good. But there should be some check also. There should be some in future. Some other person may come and argue. So all those problems they themselves solved actually. So the direct disciples, you have to thanks to direct disciples. Otherwise, you would have blindly accepted whatever they say blindly. You would have accepted. You never would have questioned. That is why Yoganji put question. Oh Naren, do you all these things you are doing on your own fancy? But did Ramakrishna, our Gurudev, has told like this to do all these things? Then Swamiji says, what do you know about Sri Ramakrishna? Don't limit him, he said. He is beyond our limitation. Whatever he has told you, you follow that. I know Gurudev, 9 months, continuously 9 months locking inside. he has instructed continuously. See what Swamiji, whatever he has done to this, whatever he has done in his life, whole life, not out of his own fancy. Whole thing he instructed, whole thing instructed by Sri Ramakrishna himself. Himself instructed. He clearly said, 9 months after, whenever he used to come to Dakshineshwar, when all other devotees, when they leave, when they left, after talking to Sri Ramakrishna, they will go, then he will ask Narayan to stay back. And then after going there, he used to see. Then Sri Ramakrishna, it is there in some books, it is written, first he will come and see Sri Ramakrishna, if anybody is there, so that one should see. Then afterwards he will lock and keep him. And hours together he will used to instruct. That is what Swamiji has told. Do like this, do this. You see that, and finally what he said, you see the Narayan, you see that all these young boys should not go back to their home, he said. So here, all these ideas, whatever Swamiji has uttered, everything is received from Sri Ramakrishna. So what we can say, Swami Sri Ramakrishna and Narayan are not same, they are identical. Just like Brahman and Mother is identical, and Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother and Swamiji, they are identical. So regarding Karma Yoga, who will be the best example? Where you can, Swamiji talks about Karma Yoga, all those things. Who will be the best example for Karma Yoga? That is Holy Mother. You can see the absolute Karma Yogi, at the same time absolute Vedanti. See, practical Vedanta, Swamiji gave lecture about practical Vedanta. For classic example, that you will find in Holy Mother. So how Holy Mother life will be classic example, we will discuss in next class. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.